All right, first and foremost, give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his son, the Hamashiach, who some call Yahweh Yeshaya. So I seen one of the subscribers say Yeshua too. Yeshaya, Yehoshua. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. 2 Samuel chapter 20 is so much. It's so much. I was following this one brother, and I'm like, well, let me see how far. He was taking me on a journey, and he drove me here, and I'm like, what in the world is going on here, man? There's so much going on in chapters 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. There's so much going on, man. And I just want to share chapter 20 with you because there's so many lessons that we can glean from here, especially with a lot of the stuff that's going on, a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about on this channel. A lot of some of these organizations we've been putting up. We've been talking about the cult behavior, the cult tactics. We've been talking about, just brothers, having spice with each other, and there's no reconciling these things, and leadership taking advantage of people. Man. But this chapter has a lot of lessons you can glean from. A lot of these relationships you see in the text, but we're not gleaning from them. We're not learning anything from them. We're going to start at verse 1. I don't even know what I'm going to name this. And there happened to be, and give me some grace, y'all. Give me some grace. We asking for some grace because I'm about to brutalize these names. And there happened to be there a man of Belial, whose name was Sheba, the son of by Shikri, a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, we have no part in David. Somebody give me that word. Put that word in the comments. Help me out. Put it like it's pronounced. We have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. We don't want nothing to do with David. We don't want nothing to do with King David. And just to give you some context of what's going on at this particular moment, Absalom tried to run up and try to take over this thing. Tried to skip the line, tried to show his kahunas, and David sent out some men, told the men, hey, have some grace with my son. Don't go out there and just murder my son. Be gentle with my son. I know he done betrayed us and but be gentle with him. And then you had this joker named Joab who went out there, and when it was time to capture the son, he went out there, stabbed the son up anyway. I know y'all probably familiar with the son. He got his hair caught in the tree trying to run. Absalom got his hair caught in the tree trying to run while he was just hanging there. They like, well, this is a good time. We can just go and take him back, tie him up. And Joab like, nah, we ain't with all that. Get him up out of there, man. Time to be playing. And the people were kind of once David was coming back into the land, coming back like hey, it's either, why ain't y'all bringing me in? Woody woo. He's coming back in the city to have his parade. It's a great celebration, but the tribe of Judah is bringing him in. The tribe of Judah is preparing everything for him and bringing him in. And this is for something I was building on this to build for another class. Y'all willing? Another lesson we'll do tomorrow. Y'all willing? But in the northern kingdom, the other 10 tribes got jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just hogging all of David. Like, is this another 10 tribes here? Why we can't have a piece of them? And then one joker that jumped up, whose name was Sheba, this joker here named Sheba, jumps up and said, man, we don't want no part of David. And then he a Benjamite. That's crazy. Well, yeah, that's kind of Well, yeah, that's kind of crazy because this Judah is celebrating. So Benjamin jumps up, saying, "Man, you know what? Man, we don't want no parts of David, man. You know, you can blow that horn, do all that, man. We don't want nothing to do with that joke. Every man to his tents, O Israel." And then told everybody to go home. Man, y'all go home, man. Celebrating this joker. Verse 2. So every man of Israel went up from after David and followed Sheba, the son of Bashiri. But the men of Judah clave unto the king from Jordan even to Jerusalem. All right, all the rest of the tribes went with this joker named Sheba, this Benjamite. Judites clave unto the king. And David came to his house at Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them inward, and fed them, but went not in unto them. So they were shut up unto the day of their death, living in widowhood. And Absalom went in there, once it was time to show his kahunas, he went in there and knocked down, and this was prophesied that was going to happen to David. We was talking about this in another lesson. That this, we was talking where Absalom did do this, man. He put them 10 women up there, them concubines, and smashed them. And my question is, did they have a choice? When Absalom came in there, did them concubines have a choice to sleep with, if they were going to sleep with Absalom or not? Or was this like a graping situation? Or this was one of those, I just got to give in, just got to let him do what he going to do, and then, we can preserve ourselves maybe. And now David is coming in. He don't want nothing to do with him. Not after his son done touched him. He don't want nothing to do with him. And he feeds him. And he locks him away. And that's how to spend the rest of their life. And y'all want to glean from this and say, yeah, concubines okay. All right. Verse 4. Then said the king to Amasa, assemble me the men. That's who I was looking for. I was looking for Amasa. I was trying to figure out what's going on with this joker Amasa. But we'll talk about that another time. Assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present. So Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had been appointed. And David said to Abishai, now shall Sheba the son of Bashira do us more harm than did Absalom. All right, so now David is talking to Abishai, telling him, conversing with them, saying, hey, you know what? This dude Sheba, this Benjamite, he's finna do more harm than Absalom did, than my son was doing. He says, take thou the Lord's servants and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced cities and escape us. And there went after him Joab's men, and the Sherethites, and the Pelethites, and all the mighty men. And they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bashiri. When they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had, Shalaki, y'all. When they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him, and upon it a girdle with a sword fastened upon his loins in a sheath thereof. And as he went forth, it fell out. And Joab said to Amasa, art thou in health, my brother? And Joab took Amasa by the beard with the right hand to kiss him. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. Now, again, I gave y'all some stuff that was going on prior. Joab already done stabbed up Absalom when David told. And then, when he went back, you got to read 18. When he went back, 19. When David's crying and weeping about his son, and Joab was like, man, get over it, bro. Get over that. These men have fought for you and defeated your enemies. And if you don't go out there and celebrate those men and congratulate them, you sitting here moping over one man. One man is tens of thousands that put their life on the line for you. You don't get out of your feelings and go out there. None of these folks gonna fight for you. That's the kind of attitude he had. Sometimes you need jokers around like that, but sometimes you gotta watch a joker like that. You gotta watch a joker like that. So he smote him therewith in the fifth rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again. So he died. Didn't need to poke him too many times. Hit that fifth rib. So Joab and Abishai, his brother, pursued after Sheba, the son of Bashishri. I don't know, y'all. We gonna get it together though. Y'all see these words I'm brutalizing? Put them in the comments with the pronunciation, how I need to pronounce it. And one of Joab's men stood by him and said, he that favoreth Joab, and he that is for David, let him go after Joab. Let him go after Joab. And one of Joab's men stood by him and said, he that favoreth Joab, and he that is for David, let him go after Joab. Thinking that's with Joab, not chasing him, but you siding with Joab. And Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. And when the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field and cast a cloth upon him. When he saw that everyone that came by him stood still. So everybody seeing him out there, just wallowing in his own blood. A crowd of people just started crowding around. It made Joab nervous. And so Joab drags him out of the street, throws him off in some bushes somewhere and put a cloth on him. Leave him there for dead. Just murdered this brother. And he says why he murders him. I'll let y'all figure that out and look into that. It's more with Joab. I ain't gonna get completely into it. But if you like this story, you want to know what happened to Joab, keep reading or just do some research, look into it. Or you can wait and maybe I'll bring it out. Y'all willing one of these days. Verse 13. When he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bashiri. And he went through all the tribes of Israel unto Abel. And I was thinking of naming it something like the council at Abel. But anyway, we gonna keep reading so you understand what I'm talking about. And to Beth Maacah, and all the Berites, and they were gathered together and went also after him. All right, so he went through all the tribes of Israel, went to this tribe, went to Abel and gathered some more people, and everybody went after this dude. Verse 15, and they came and besieged him in Abel of Beth Maacah, and they cast up a bank against the city, and it stood in the trench, and all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise woman. Then cried a wise woman out of the city. Here. Now these jokers is out here. We need that. They chasing the op. They chasing their opposition. We need this joker. And a woman is crying out. A wise woman is crying out from the city. Hear, say I pray you unto Joab. Come near hither that I may speak with thee. And when he was come near unto her, the woman said, Art thou Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then he said unto him, Hear the words of thine handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then she spake, saying, They were wont to speak in old time. They were wont to speak in old time, saying, that's what I'm saying. Make sure y'all understand it. Don't just read over stuff. Like me, I go back. I try to make sure, because stuff be sounding crazy. And then do comparative text. Humble yourself. Go to comparative text and look to see what is being said if you don't know what's being said. They were wont to speak in old time. What it's saying here, there was an old saying. They shall surely ask counsel at Abel. Back in the day, there was this saying that everybody say, hey, go get your counsel from Abel. Because there were some wise people. There were some just people. I'm assuming. I'm speculating. Why else would you have a reputation of giving good counsel? But you say if you wanted some counsel, man, get your counsel from Abel. This was one of the old. This is what they used to speak back in the day. This was a saying. This was a proverb that they had, and so they ended the matter. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Who's that talking? That's the woman. So you got to keep up with it. You got to keep up with your pronouns. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of the Lord? What you doing this for, man? And Joab answered and said, Far be it from me that I will swallow up or destroy. The matter is not so, but the man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba, the son of Bashiri, by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver him only, and I will depart from this city. And the woman said unto Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. This wise woman had the power, had the influence to go back and say, well, listen, this just, he only want one. He only hear from one joker. This dude Sheba, he was starting some trouble down there, getting the Israelites all riled up, going against the king. Throw his head over the gate. Throw his head over the gate and they'll leave. This problem be over with. They go get their counsel from Abel. It was the old saying. Then the woman went unto all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba, the son of Bashiri, and cast it out to Joab. And he blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. Now Joab was over all the host of Israel, and Benaniah, the son of Joiada, was over the Shirathites and over the Pelethites. And Adoram was over the tribute, and Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahiud, was recorder. Sheba was scribe. Zadok and Abiathar were the priests, and Ira also, the Jerarite, was the chief ruler about David. So, what are we gleaning from here? What are we gleaning from? Well, you had the counsel, you had the great counsel coming from the woman, telling them to chop the head off. You had a similar story in the text also with in the book of Judith. Has a similar story. Where a woman cuts off her head. But mostly what made me come back here and get on this darn camera was Joab and Amasa, the way Joab grabbed his beard and stabbed him and gutted him and left him out in the street. Amasa had been appointed after Joab stabbed up King David's son. When King David told everybody, be gentle with my child, David made Amasa the general of the army. Joab didn't like that. So when Joab got a chance, Joab said, nah, he not finna be. I'm the one. I'm the leader. I'm the general. I done sat here and brought you this great victory, and then you gonna make somebody else a general? And so he stabs up. Amasa on his first journey. Now again, he explains why he tried to justify himself later in the text. But this is happening within a lot of these organizations when they have ranking systems. When you see brothers talking about their sergeants and captains and bishops and deacons, and a lot of people would kill. They'll backstab their brother. They'll put blame on them. They'll throw them out there to the wolves. They'll set snares and traps for them to fall into, to get that ranking, to get closer to the king, for that position, for that recognition. Because it does something. If it does something to the flesh, it feels a certain way to have this power. A lot of us didn't have that in the world. We weren't respected, weren't given any reverence in the world. We were nobodies. And we come into this movement and we are sergeant over 100,000. And we're captain over a school. Everybody salutes me. Everybody respects me. Everybody calls me captain. Everybody want to get close to me. You're the pastor now of this church. Now everybody want to try to be in that front row. Now everybody want to try to get up on stage with me and sit on the right hand. A lot of times in the churches, that pastor had that one big chair, and then he got the chair on the left side and on the right hand side. Like, who you think you are, sir? Ma'am? Like they're sitting on the left hand and sitting on the right hand, like James and John wanted to do. But they fight for that, and shout out to Brother Rufus. He's been talking about that Moses seat. How these folks want to be in Moses' seat, man. These folks they drive on it. And that's why when I do these lessons, I'm not telling y'all to come join Prince of Power or join Maccabean Revolt. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just telling you, hey man, y'all need to just correct some of this stuff. Just correct it and move on, man. We all been, we don't know everything. But when some things are presented to us and we can see it and be like, oh, okay, well, that didn't say that. Why can't we just change? And the reason why we can't do that is because, well, one reason because we lose that reverence. You know, people out here calling jokers Elijah, calling jokers out here saying, man, we the prophets. We the prophets back on the earth. I'm John the Baptist. I'm John the Revelator. I'm King David. Got more than a couple jokers saying they King David. Jokers calling themselves Peter. I got the keys to the church. I loose and bind. What they'll do for that power. We see this in the text. Jokers will kill. And then let's sit up here and think about it. Thank you. Because that just came to me through the spirit. That joker killed. Why do you think he killed Absalom? Because if he would have brought Absalom back, he probably would have made Absalom. He thinking, well, you know, he'll put Absalom over me. I ain't bringing Absalom back. No. I'm finna. I'm finna stab that joker up. He not coming back, and then the king forgiving him and embracing him and send him on the throne next to him. Nah, we ain't finna do that. Man, this joker ain't making it back. He not making it back. Matter of fact, he tried to bribe one of his servants. He tried to bribe one of the military dudes. Said, man, I would have gave you, man, what, man, go on, kill him. Try to get somebody else to do it. And that's another lesson. A lot of these jokers try to get other people to do their dirty work, so they can get closer to the king. You go out here and talk about them. You go out here and set that snare in front of them. Go tell so-and-so this. Go do that. So they can point the finger at you. And they look like the hero. And you were just following their orders. He told that joker, man, I'll give you 10 pieces of silver and give you this darn championship belt. Some belt or piece or something, it said. Read chapter 8, 19. Yeah, man, go out there and kill him and I'll give you this. Man, joker said, man, and then that's why you gotta be, you know. You can't be out here chasing rank, chasing jokers, men, being a man pleaser. That joker said, nah, man, you gotta be walking in righteousness, man. That joker said, nah, I'm not doing that. I don't care if you gave me 1,000 pieces of silver. I ain't finna kill the king's son. That joker just gave the instruction not to touch him, to be gentle with him. So then the joker gets a Cushite, an Ethiopian, to go down there and give David that news. So that's how deep that rabbit hole go, and it goes deeper. That story of Joab ain't over with. It ain't over with. That story goes all the way to Solomon. He hanging around all the way to Solomon. See? You gotta watch jokers like that. You gotta be careful around jokers like that are just hungry for that reverence. Hungry. They'll do anything for it. To be seen of men. That was the main point. Second point was the counsel of Abel. And then the sister there having, being of great wisdom, that these things are recorded and chronicled. We don't know her name, but it was a sister there of great wisdom that was able to convince them folks to throw a head over the wall. So everybody won't get destroyed. So it won't be no more killing in Israel. And Israel on Israel destroying each other. Another lesson is jokers bucking on the king. and trying to do their own thing. We see this with this brother. You don't want to be this brother. What's this brother name? Where he at? When you got a righteous king, you know, and that's just, you know, that's what we gotta glean from. You got a righteous king, you can't butt back on. I know you may think you smarter. I know you may think that it's your calling. The Lord done told me. I had a dream that I would be teaching over 1,000 people. But you can't go in there trying to take over, man. All right, if the Lord has sent you or put you around someone that's righteous in leadership, be careful trying to turn the people against them. And sometimes people come in organizations trying to do that, trying to turn the people against them, trying to enrage the people over something simple. Something simple. You know, it was just David from the tribe of Judah. He wanted some Judites to bring him in. The Judites were there. Not that, you know, he don't care nothing about y'all. Come on, y'all. They just celebrated him first. He's coming in there to celebrate with everybody. These jokers said, we don't want nothing. We want no part of David and his inheritance. Other translations say we want no part of David's dynasty. We want nothing to do with it. And maybe the beef is there, you know, before the Jeroboam, Rehoboam. The beef is there. Then Solomon comes in and do him and treat him some kind of way. You know, you have to, that's why you need to know the whole story. A lot of us just been getting chips and pieces, trying to do this precept upon precept. And you just getting pieces and you just all over the place. And you making your own story instead of reading it. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. We'll see y'all on the next one.